Thank you. Great. I trust you guys had a good break. Right. So let's go about as well as basically I'm in between your drinks as well here. Looking at in terms of zero trust security, this is the topic, right? In terms of trust starts from zero, right? We cannot trust anyone, right? Right. So again, it comes to the sense of how do we achieve zero trust security with SolarWinds? So I'll explain as well some of our solutions that we have at SolarWinds that can help as well our customers as well as partners to achieve zero trust with your clients today. Right, so again here as well, looking at zero trust security models, it brings about the principle of trusting no one, even your own employees, right? Even the one that you love the most, for example, as well. All right, so again as well, that principle still holds true. All right, by default, no one is trusted, right? As well in the organization, as well as basically the ones that you actually love and you know of. All right, so again here as well, everyone needs to basically maintain strict access control, especially when it comes to implementing security models for the organization, right? So again here as well, in terms of users, things, device, entities, right, all needs to go towards a strict security model as well to ensure that they are basically having access privileges that's basically meant for the business. So again here, no one is trusted. Everyone needs to go towards in terms of a security model check here as well for access policies and compliance. All right, so again here as well, at SolarWinds, we have as well a security framework here for zero trust. Right, the first thing as well we need to do is to always assess as well in terms of the client organization. How is my security compliance functioning right now? What is the level as well of my compliance, right, of my users, my employees, my assets, right, as well as my resources that have been basically in terms of assets as well by customers and clients. So again, here as well, we need to basically know in terms of every single critical data, as well as the resources need to be accessed. All right, we need to maintain strict policy as who can access those resources that are deemed to be confidential as well as critical towards in terms of the business as well as the organization. Right, so again, here as well, then we move on to the next level of managing the risks. How do we then manage, once we basically identify those critical assets as well as resources, we need to basically manage and put the rightful policies, all right, to manage in terms of priorities as well as security policies, all right, to ensure that it's all protected as well as you have in terms of the rightful access privileges given to the rightful owners of the business to access. Right. Then again, as well, we need to look at containment as well as risk, continuous risk remediation as well as management. Right, so again, it's key here as well. Once we actually know and we detect an unusual activity as well or a breach, all right, we need to have as well policies in place. How do we basically contain as well that risk as well as to remediate that risk more effectively in the organization? So again, here responding is important as well as in terms of monitoring the continuous policy, all right, of a zero trust secure framework here. So again, here at SolarWinds, we have a few solutions in place here. One which is called the Access Rights Manager. This will basically, in terms of prioritize user privileges that are basically assigned for resources in the organization. Right, so again, ensuring that you're not over-privileging or basically giving, in terms of over-privileged access rights, right, towards users that don't actually need the resource for the business. Right, so again here, this basically helps you to have, in terms of a risk management policy in place for every single user and every single department that they belong to in terms of the organization. So again, here as well, having alerting as well as unauthorized changes and privileges given, all right, will alert as well, ensuring that you have in terms of the automated remediation whenever there's someone that's given unauthorized privileges towards a resource. So again, as well, having transparency as well on group memberships is key here. All right, so again, you're ensuring as well in terms of the finance users only gets in terms of access towards the finance resources versus HR, versus sales, versus engineering. So again, the rightful resource access is really important when it comes to in terms of frameworks for zero trust security. So again, here as well, user provisioning as well as management, having as well ensuring the rightful users are basically provision for the rightful in terms of the resources. Right, having as well management as well is key. Ensuring, right, basically, again, having the rightful users, the departments that will basically access those in terms of limited resources. Then again, we have as well in terms of our security events manager. This basically looks at a continuous monitoring of every single device throughout the organization your firewalls, your IPSs, your just routers as well as basically in terms of hybrid cloud environments that we can see as well as service applications, right, that we can again monitor as well as in terms of correlate all events, right, that we can see, right, is there basically a security incident that happened, all right, that we need to basically be aware of. Right, so again, here as well, the SIM will give you that real-time in terms of correlation and ability as well to be aware, all right, if you have in terms of any security breach throughout the organization. So again, here as well, you have also basically the file integrity monitoring. Whenever basically a file has been changed, unauthorized changes, you will have the alert capability as well. And also basically as well on the USB Defender that we can, in terms of defend against unauthorized USB devices. Right, so again, key as well in SolarWinds is in terms of a concept of observability. This is where we can observe and correlate every single events, right, coming right towards the networks in terms of applications, database, as well as security-based devices that we can have basically full observability as well that we can see, as well as having AI as well as ML in place, right, ensuring that we can pick up as well any of the anomalous activities that might happen throughout the organization here. Right, so again, as well, we can do as well a whitelist as well as a watch list, right, to basically look at important entities as well as resources, ensuring that those are basically protected, all right, on a real-time basis here. Right, again, extensive device connections as well as user logon data as well to investigate, right, every single logged in, all right, towards any single opening or any borders, all right, ensuring, right, that there is no unauthorized privileged access given as well towards the organization here. So again, here as well, baselining of security policies is going to be key here as well. All right. So again, we have as well basically the server and config manager as well as in terms of also for servers as well as networks that we can monitor. All right. Basically, what baselines are basically being deviated. All right. That we can pick up as well. All right. If there is an unauthorized change. All right. If there's a policy, right, that's basically been done. All right. By in terms of a breach or a hacker. All right, we can pick it up as well and ensuring, right, that change will be reverted back towards the original change there. All right, so again here as well, the ability to, again, to detect in terms of out-of-process changes is key here as well to having in terms of a complete zero-trust security framework here. All right, so again, ARM here as well will give you in terms of a risk management assessment dashboard of all my users, all right, are they given the right privileges? Is finance given only finance resources? Is sales given to only sales resources again here? So it's going to pick up for you as well on the dashboard and tells you as well, right? You're basically over-privileging as well, given in terms of rights that they're not deemed as well for some users. So again, it's going to pick up. It's going to give you as well a compliance reporting, all right, of every single user accesses in terms of throughout the organization here, right? So again, this allows us to demonstrate compliance, all right, as well as to ease user permissions as well, that if we need to, again, revamp as well as in terms of having better security as well for those user permissions given rightfully as well for the business. Right, so again, here as well, powerfully as well to enhance productivity, all right, and again, having as well, all right, the key assets here as well, the users is going to be the key assets when it comes to zero trust security. Right, so again, you have as well, all right, every single directory, every single access rights that are given as well throughout the organization. All right, so again, same here as well would have, in terms of the normalized data, all right, this view as well, it's going to pick up very easily all threats coming as well from multiple devices across hybrid IT. All right, again, here as well, it has got a very nice dashboard. All right, tells you as well, basically every single normalized data it's going to pick up as well as basically any anomalous in terms of threats that basically will be picked up. All right, so again, this gives you as well a response to faster threats, as well as to achieve compliance. We can again generate compliance-based policies like HIPAA as well as PCI DSS, all right, basically as well for your clients, even as well for SOC. So again, what's key here as well is our feature sets when it comes to the file integrity monitoring. We can basically pick up as well any unauthorized file changes, all right, that they're basically done, all right, in terms of on a breach, in terms of incident here. Right, so again here as well, being able to register as well as picked up unauthorized USB devices, all right, we have in terms of denormalized in terms of information as well on the dashboard here. All right, so again here as well, it's going to pick up as well. You can see as well every single incident type that basically has got filters. All right, you could see as well in regards to every normalized data, basically virus attacks, all right, IPS incident attacks, right? Basically, in terms of USB attacks, for example, there's unauthorized USB basically being entered. We can basically have those ready-made filters that are already normalized. All right, you can click on it. It's going to give you as well every single incident that will pertain, all right, towards that in terms of normalized filter. Right, so again, here's where we could create also our own business rules, all right, to say as well if there's any unauthorized access admin control changes, all right, we can again create as well our own business rules as well that we can then visualize as well as picked up as well to look at those threats there. Right, so again, when it comes to automated remediation, all right, it's someone to put in basically, right, in regards to a USB, all right, that's unauthorized, that's basically not in the whitelist, all right, so we can basically disable as well that USB port, all right, we can create in terms of actions for remediation, as well to disable the networks as well for the endpoint, all right, as well as if we find as well there's going to be an integrity monitoring in terms of violation there. So again, we can create as well the automated remediation policies here as well to be effectively on real time. All right, so when it comes to reporting as well here, yeah, so we have as well all the compliance reports that we can generate, all right, from all your security incidents here. All right, so basically in terms of PCI DSS, HIPAA, as well as SOX compliance, GLB, all right, all this again can be generated as well from our SIM platform here. All right, so again, it's all ready-made templates that you can again generate as well for every single normalized data that we have here. Right, so again, another key feature as well from SolarWinds is basically our server config manager. This allows us, right, to basically monitor the integrity of those files as well as if there's any changes that were made on a violated, unauthorized basis here. Right, so again, this will track as well inventory, hardware as well for the servers. Was any, in terms of a USB device being added, in terms of an authorized storage being added as well to the server. So it's going to give you as well, in regards to every single activity, right, that's changed on that server based on the original baselining as well as the integrity base that was done originally here. Right, so yeah, so again here as well, it's going to have as well the ability to basically chart up for you as well which particular, in terms of option as well as is in terms of configuration that was changed, right? It's going to pick it up as well. It's going to highlight to you as well in those essence there, right? Which particular config that was changed that deviated from the baselines that basically you have originally created for your security policies there. Right, so again here as well, the SCM as well would support in terms of Windows as well as Linux-based OSs. All right, so we could basically create as well, right, in terms of the integrity of those files as well as the monitoring capabilities, ensuring, right, that you don't have an unauthorized change or you're basically alerted, all right, if there's ever a change, all right, towards, in terms of a deviation towards your security policy baselines policies here. Right, so again, here's on the network side of things here as well. On Networks Config Manager, we basically would be able to, again, monitor, all right, the config changes that was done, all right, based on, again, in terms of the baseline policies that we can create, all right, ensuring that you do have security baselines for your routers, switches, firewalls, all right, and again, as well, every single firmware as well. It's going to alert you as well if there is a firmware vulnerability, all right, for you to patch as well in terms of fault, in terms of multi-vendor, basically as well out there. So again, we support all the vendors of the network vendors out there that we can, in terms of monitor, right, in terms of the firmware when it comes to security-based vulnerabilities as well as and/or support in terms of contracts. All right, so again here as well, we do have also basically in terms of reporting for violations. So again here, it's going to chart up for you as well which particular devices are basically in violation as well towards my security policies here that I've defined, all right, for my, in terms of infrastructure devices here. Right, so again here as well, we could have as well, yeah, regards to config management policies in place, right? So again, if there's going to be ever a deviation, it's going to have the alerts, and it's going to alert you as well as to pinpoint which particular portions of the deviation was basically there, all right, from our baseline in terms of policy that was created initially. All right, so again here as well, we could set as well different baseline policies, and we can as well have, right, in terms of every single device here, ensuring that it's in compliance. If not, it's going to basically give you in terms of a chart as well as an alarm, all right, that you basically is in terms of violation of that particular policy that was set, that has got to be there, all right, on the baseline settings there. Right, so again here as well, having in terms of the net flow traffic analyzer, would have the ability for user conversations, application endpoints, all right, that we can pick up as well. So again here, it will tell you as well, who are your top 10 talkers to what in terms of different links, all right, as well as applications, accesses, right? So you have complete visibility here for observability, right? That we can pick up as well in terms of security-based events and incidents that we can, again here, alert when it comes to those events types. All right, so yeah, so being able as well to look at basically logged on users, right? Having that visibility, right? That alertness as well as the observation, right, is key, right? To actually know who logs in towards my devices, all right? Is it a user? Is it an admin as well? So we can track, all right, in terms of admin accesses, all right, as well as basically every single user access towards my Wi-Fi networks here, as well that gains access towards my infrastructure. Right, so again here, complete visibility, having as well the endpoint vendors, so we can again drill down further level as well to see, all right, it's going to be key as well to having in terms of zero trust security policies in place. All right, so again, in summary here as well, we basically do a complete zero trust security framework, having in terms of assessment, in terms of management, as well as containment. All right, again, so again, we have all our solutions here from SolarWinds. All right, thank you very much, Dan. All right.
Yep. Well, thank you very much. Kindly remain on the stage as Kun Pong Prathan will be doing the honor of wrapping up what you have just mentioned in Thai briefly, please. ขอเรียนเชิญคุณพงษ์ประธานก้าวเอี้ยนครับ
Thank you Kevin ครับก็สวัสดีครับพี่ๆทุกท่านนะครับก็เรียกว่าเป็นผู้รอดชีวิตดีกว่านะครับเพราะว่าผมดูสภาพแล้วน่าจะโดนกันมาหนักเหมือนกันนะครับก็จริงๆผมตกลงกับเควินไว้นะครับว่าคนละครึ่งนะครับแต่เมื่อกี้ผมเห็นป้ายไทม์เอาท์แล้วนะครับก็เอาเป็นว่าเดี๋ยวผมขอแรปอัพสั้นๆแล้วกันนะครับส่วนรายละเอียดเพิ่มเติมเนี่ยเดี๋ยวขอเชิญที่บูธ SolarWinds นะครับตรงด้านนี้นะครับผมก็จากที่เควินเกิดมาเมื่อสักครู่นะครับจะเห็นว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยผมเชื่อว่าพี่ๆหลายท่านน่าจะรู้จัก SolarWinds อยู่แล้วนะครับเพราะว่า SolarWinds เนี่ยมันเป็นเรียกว่าเป็นเจ้าตลาดละกันในเรื่องของการ monitoring นะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของ network system application database หรือ VM นะครับแต่ว่าสิ่งนี้ที่วันนี้ที่เควินนำเสนอนะครับก็คือในเรื่องของการที่ว่าจริงๆเรามีเรื่องของ IT security ด้วยนะครับคือเราไม่ใช่แค่ monitoring อย่างเดียวนะครับในเรื่องของ IT security เนี่ยก็คือเช่นอย่างตัว SCM นะครับที่ทำในเรื่องของพวก SIEM นะครับเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นละกันบางคนเนี่ยพอพูดถึง SIEM ก็จะเริ่มตกใจแล้วนะครับอาจจะเป็นงบเริ่มต้นที่ค่อนข้างจะสูงนะครับซึ่งตัว SCM ตัวนี้เป็น virtual appliance นะครับราคาเริ่มต้นเนี่ยราคาน่ารักนะครับจับต้องได้นะครับผมหรือว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของARM นะครับ Access Right Manager ที่ใช้ในการ monitor พวก AD นะครับซึ่งตรง AD ในที่นี้เนี่ยก็เรียกว่าเป็นinsider threat ละกันหลายๆองค์กรเนี่ยโดนโจมตีจากภายในไม่ใช่เราเรียกว่าการโจมตีก็ไม่ถูกเพราะเหมือนกับเป็นช่องโหว่ที่เกิดขึ้นจากภายในเองนะครับดังนั้นเนี่ยการ manage AD หรือว่า permission ต่างๆนะครับก็ถ้าเราทำให้มันดีนะครับก็จะลดปัญหาตรงนี้ได้ด้วยนะครับแล้วก็อีกจุดหนึ่งนะครับในโมดูลต่างๆที่เราอาจจะรู้จักอยู่แล้วอย่าง NCM Network Configuration Manager นะครับทำ backup ทำ restore นะครับก็จะมีในเรื่องของ security เช่นพวก compliance report นะครับที่ช่วยลูกค้าในการรันดูนะครับว่าปัจจุบันเนี่ยสิ่งที่ลูกค้าใช้งานอยู่นะครับมีอุปกรณ์ตัวไหนบรรทัดไหนบ้างที่เกิดช่องโหว่ขึ้นมานะครับหรือว่าจะเป็นในพาร์ทของตัวที่เป็น net flow นะครับ NTA ที่ดูว่า application หรือว่า user หรือว่าพอร์ตต่างๆอะไรบ้างที่มันใช้งานแบนด์วิดต์สูงสุดนะครับในช่วงเวลาที่ผ่านมานะครับหรือว่าจะเป็นในตัวที่เป็นเรื่องของ UDT ที่เป็น user device tracker track ได้ว่าอุปกรณ์ตัวนี้พอร์ตนี้ connect อยู่กับใครนะครับ MAC address อะไรสร้างเป็น white list นะครับว่าถ้ามีอุปกรณ์ MAC แปลกๆ connect เข้ามาเนี่ยเราจะรู้นะเราจะเห็นเป็น log device นะครับแล้วก็ถ้าเห็น log device แล้วเนี่ยเราสามารถสั่งปิดพอร์ตนะครับเพื่อป้องกันไม่ให้อุปกรณ์แปลกปลอมให้คนนอกเข้ามาใช้งานในระบบภายในองค์กรของเรานะครับผมก็จริงเบื้องต้นประมาณนี้นะครับจริง SolarWinds ยังมีอะไรอีกมากมายนะครับก็อยากให้เรามาคุยกันนะครับเดี๋ยวหลังจากช่วงเบรกหรือว่าตอนเลิกก็ได้นะครับผมเชิญไปที่บูธ SolarWinds นะครับผมมีเสื้อ SolarWinds แจกนะครับแค่เดินมาขอเท่านั้นนะครับเดี๋ยวผมจะให้เสื้อพร้อมนามบัตรผมด้วยนะครับเผื่อไว้คุยกันนะครับผมก็เดี๋ยวฝากไว้ประมาณนี้นะครับผมขอบคุณมากครับ